It's time for Sports 56 Happy Hour on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM. Now let's have some fun. Here is your host, Johnny Radio.
Yo. Welcome into a little Sports 56 Happy Hour. I'm your buddy Johnny Radio. It is a thirsty Thursday. Man, and it's wet outside. Man, we need this rain to get out of here. You know, I got a lot of widespread panic dancing to do. I got a little wiggling to do this weekend on Friday and Saturday night. Hopefully you're getting ready for a wonderful Memorial Day weekend. We got a packed show. Sports are just absolutely on point right now, and we have now seen Game 1 and Game 2 of the Eastern and Western Conference Finals, and neither of those games turned out to be how I didn't expect them to go the way that they did. We are definitely going to talk tons of hoops today. I'm fired up to talk about what we saw last night, what we did not see, and we got a couple series. We also are so lucky today because on this thirsty Thursday, we got baseball, man. We got wall-to-wall ball. It might be wet outside, but it's a perfect day to just sit inside, rock and fire, and bet on a little baseball. You got a couple games starting in about 20 minutes, 25 minutes. We got the Mariners and the Yankees. You got Gil on the bump for the Yankees and Luis Castillo for Seattle. Man, Gil has been a godsend for the Yankees. Castillo is their dude. Mariners been playing some good baseball. That's at 11:35. We got the Giants and the Pirates also at 11:35. We will play one. And I'll tell you who in just a minute. And if you didn't know, today's a special day. It's Paul Skeens Day. Paul Skeens. And you know, Paul Skeens is has basically electrified baseball. I mean, the dude has come up and been absolutely nasty. Against our good buddy Dave Woloshin's Cubs, he went out there, lights out, no hit, 11 strikeouts, left after exactly 100 pitches and 6 innings, and the dude was filthy. He has been nasty all year, 1-0, 2.70 ERA, and 2 starts in the bigs. And now kind of, you know, some of the talk's been going with the Pirates about, you know, this is a organization that loves to pinch pennies. They love to play the whole small market style of baseball. And that has to do basically with manipulating a baseball player's service time. And I understand you are the Pittsburgh Pirates, one of the poorest franchises in baseball. Don't have all the money of the New York Yankees or the Los Angeles Dodgers. Not even close to the Braves or the Rangers. Yet, you have to do everything to get the best out of your team. And I know you want to keep Paul for as long as you can. But at 23 and 27, wouldn't it have helped this year with the biggest struggle that you've been having this season? Your starting pitching. Would it not have been better for your team this year to go ahead and bring him up and play in the small market franchise game? I think hurt you this season. And in the long run, you can say, what is a year? Well, hell, a year is big, you know, when it comes to like you keeping somebody like Paul Skeens. I totally get it. But this is a Pirates team that's in a Central. You have been scuffling. He's electric. He brings excitement. He brings people to the ballpark. You're only 5.5 games. This is a very winnable Central. I mean, hell, I don't know what's going on. The Cardinals are now back up in the mix.
Yeah, don't look now, John. 8 of the last 10.
I mean, let's be real. This is a wide-open division. Cincinnati, who's 8 games back and 9 games under 500, is still in it because it's so damn early. But the Pirates, man, I feel like playing the small market team, and I think something has to be done. We have got to figure out a way. Because I don't think this has just affected Paul Skeens. I think this happens all across baseball all the time. It should be about getting the best up there opening day and going through that 162 and seeing what you got. Just a few more wins, and the Pirates are right there with the Brewers and the Cubbies. By the way, the Cubbies fell in heartbreak last night. what was it, 12 innings? Man. No, that was not the Cubbies. I was thinking of the A's game against Colorado.
Against the Rockies. How about that?
Yeah, that was awesome actually because I had the Rockies and I was sweating that junt. I hate when 2-1, 2 outs, and you give up some stupid stuff and let the deadgum A's tie the game in the bottom of the ninth.
Yeah, the Cubs didn't have a chance. They lost 9-2.
Yeah, I was getting ready to say that was just an ass whipping. Azuna hit another bomb.
How about that?
Dude's just been killing it. By the way, we haven't talked about Kyle Tucker.
Right, we have not.
Is he the least talked about superstar in baseball?
Yes.
Do y'all realize that he's hit 12 home runs in his last 22 games?
Yeah.
He's leading the league in home runs. It's kind of crazy, isn't it? Like when you think of the Astros, you don't think of Kyle Tucker.
No.
You know who they think of? Jose Altuve, Yordan Alvarez. Hell, Alex Bregman even before him. Josh Hader, the closer, gets more pub than dead gum. One of the best hitters in all of baseball. I find it absolutely fascinating. But yeah, Kyle Tucker, if you haven't noticed, is a bad mammoth jam. And I've been talking a little baseball earlier because again, we have wall-to-wall baseball. We're going to be placing some bets. We also today, I'm fired up because I can't wait to talk at 11:30 with Isaac Simpson. I get to talk about Dak Prescott lying. Did you see him out there? I don't play this game for money.
Right.
He don't play the game
that's
for
the
money.
Quarterback
I've
want,
never,
John.
Man, then we'll tell him to
Doesn't
quit
matter
holding
about
out.
quarterback.
Well, then why is he
money.
taking $50 million and just smoking their cap?
Huh. You know what, John? You bring up a great point. I hate him. Let's get rid of him. You know what? I think that you see what they're doing though.
The dumbest thing in the world, though, for somebody who is constantly about money, to go out there and stand in front of a camera and sit there and spout off, I don't play this game for money. He said, I don't even care about money. What did he say? I don't need money.
Have you seen what they're doing? Trey Lance looks great.
Do me a favor. Tell him to go and donate all that money to St. Jude right now. He don't need it. Those kids do.
I think they're getting ready for Trey Lance if they need him. He's looked great in camp, supposedly.
Trey Lance, by the way, is looking more and more like
Lance it up.
Do you remember Tom Cruise in the movie where he was a bald fat guy?
Uh-huh.
He's starting to look like that guy.
The bald part, sure.
The bald part.
Maybe not the fat part, though.
He's not fat. Well, I mean, he's a little bit chunky. No, he's in good shape. I'm just playing. But we're going to talk a little bit of Dallas Cowboys news with Isaac. But we're going to talk about what we saw last night. Like, holy moly, Dallas has been playing great basketball. Don't get me wrong.
What a great game.
But damn, they dominated the rebounds. They dominated in block shots. They dominated in every damn facet of that basketball game in all reality. I mean, the Big Cat, interfere where they took it had been 104 tie game. Yes, that was a huge play. People, I understand it. It was only a 3-point loss. I totally understand that. But Dallas wasn't hitting their threes. Dallas, did people realize that Dallas blocked 8 shots?
Wow.
8 shots were blocked by Dallas. Do you know how many rebounds they pulled down? 48 of them.
Wow.
That's right. We talk about how you got Naz Reid, who played fabulous, kept him in that game, especially in the third quarter. You have Rudy Gobert, 7 feet tall. You have Karl Anthony Towns, 7 feet tall. You've got a bunch of big people out there. And again, you know who out there was dominating the boards? It was Dallas. How big was getting P.J. Washington and Gafford at the trade break?
Oh, yeah, huge.
I mean, the trade deadline, but right before that, they get those 2 dudes, and they've changed the entire outlook of this team. Those dudes combined for 16 rebounds. I mean, it was impressive. You got to give Dallas a lot of credit. And then also we have to sit there and say something about Kyrie, man. So I was thinking about this, and I was on the way to work today, and I was like, what is so different about Kyrie right now? Is Kyrie just more mature? He's older, he's wiser, he's learned from past experience. He's learned from the pain of losing games. He wants to get back to the promised land. Is this just a guy who's figured it out? Because I know, and I know a lot of you out there, it takes a while to figure it out. Goodness gracious, I was a absolute lunatic for probably the first 30 years of my life. I didn't have jack figured out. I somehow made it through life. You know what I mean? Like I was making it, but I didn't know my head from my ass. In all reality, it's just the truth. And Kyrie, who had LeBron James and they had a championship but did not seem happy. And then he wants to go and hook up with these super teams. And he goes to Brooklyn and did not seem happy. And while he was in Brooklyn, he was talking crazy. A lot of it isn't crazy, by the way, some of the stuff he's talking. Looks like that whole COVID thing was pretty much government thanks. Government trust you. But Kyrie was, putting out more stuff about the flat earth and making people wonder what was going on in his head. He wasn't performing as well on the court. Kyrie was doing these things for a while, and then all of a sudden he goes to Dallas, and everybody's like, how is this going to work? You have Luka who keeps the ball in his hands the whole damn time. How's Kyrie going to, flow within this offense? This is going to be a disaster. And then if you listen to Kyrie after the game, did you listen to the TNT with Shaq and Chuck and just him talking after the ball game? Right after the game,
No,
he went in there
what'd
talking.
he say?
Dude, Kyrie sounds like the most mature elder NBA statesman you can imagine. He is right now. I'm just so impressed with Kyrie, and I'm not talking about the fact that he can use his left hand and his right hand. He can shoot with both hands. He might be one of the greatest finishers at his size that I've ever seen. He's silky smooth. His basketball game is ridiculous. He's elevated it to a new level. But I don't think he's always had the skill to be one of the greatest basketball players on planet Earth. It's his maturity. And I was wondering, is it because he likes this Dallas team? Because I like coming to work. I love Wolo. I love Brett. I love Greg. I love Davis. I love the people I come to work with. I absolutely 100% am very lucky that I get to come to work, and I enjoy the people that are here. Does he just enjoy these people, or did he mature?
It's a really good question.
I think it could be a little bit of both. But last night, Luka didn't have it in that first quarter. He realized he had to take over, and boy, did he take over. I said that Kyrie and Luka were going to have to average 60 points a game to win this series. Well, they scored 63 combined last night. Combined 12 assists, 3 steals. 10 rebounds. Like, those dudes went the bleep off. And they couldn't even hit a three-pointer to save their life, and they still won the game. Kyrie was 0 for 3. They were 6 for 25 from downtown. Yet they still found a way to win it because they went inside and they beat them, and then Luka's stepped back beautiful, and Kyrie's making shots left and right and getting to the rack. This Kyrie is scary. I don't know if he just loves his new place. And Jason Kidd, by the way, who gets no credit. If you also listened to him talk last night, Kyrie talked about how Jason Kidd, basically he felt like a lot of times this year that they weren't having basketball practice. They were having therapy because for Jason Kidd to get these grown men to talk about their goals and what they want to achieve is kind of difficult. I got to give Jay Kidd some credit. I got to give Kyrie credit for growing up. And again, I'm not 100% sure if it's because he is matured or he just loves his new teammates and his teams and Jay Kidd. I think it has to do a lot. I mean, you can tell, actually. I mean, I know Kyrie's matured. If you just listen to him talk throughout his actions, the way he handles the media now, I mean, he used to poke and prod at everything. I think he's figured out in life, you know what? You don't have to always go in there and stick the hot poker in the fire, kind of stir it all up. It's going to sit there and simmer, let somebody else poke it. And boy, his game last night was ridiculous. Tons of credit to that Dallas team. We're going to talk a lot of basketball. We'll talk about also, again, Kyrie, just speaking of Kyrie, Bro, he's in better shape than Ant-Man. Anthony Edwards was exhausted after chasing Kyrie all around on that offensive side. Kyrie was running around, weaving, running through screens, doing that, getting the ball. Man, Ant-Man was exhausted. When we saw Jokic in Game 7 in that second half sucking wind because they kept throwing big old bodied Nas Reed at him. They kept having a Gobert lean on him. Towns would come in there. McDaniels would run into him. Nickeil Alexander, they just, every time you saw them, they were leaning, bumping, hitting, and he was worn out. Bro, Ant-Man was worn out because of running around and chasing Kyrie the whole damn night. That was impressive. And let's just be honest, too. Karl Anthony Towns and Anthony Edwards had a terrible game. So if you're a Minnesota fan, you have to feel better. If Ant-Man did not hit those 5 3-pointers, he took 12 of them. He shot the 3 ball very well. He only had one other field goal inside the 3-point arc. Did you realize that? This is a guy who finishes at the rack, who finishes at the rim, who destroys people, who breaks them down and gets in the lane. And because he had no oxygen, because Kyrie's running around the offensive end and he's playing defense like a madman, he couldn't get to the rack. And not only couldn't get to the rack because he didn't have wind, you also had Gafford down there in the back. You had P.J. Washington. You had a bunch of dogs down there knocking people around. Derek Lively played great. Derek Lively was awesome.
He's been so good this playoffs. In some games, it's not doing a lot, but he's made such an impact.
I think he played almost a perfect basketball game last night.
Yeah, he's been really good.
His minutes were ridiculous. He grabbed 11 boards in 27 minutes, hit all 4 of his field goals, was 1 for 1 from the free throw line, and his plus-minus was plus 19, the highest on anybody on either team.
Crazy. I didn't know it was that high.
Yeah, dude, he played almost a perfect basketball game. Oh, by the way, don't forget his 2 blocks. Dude, tip of the cap to the Mavs. Yet they still only won by 3. Now, I looked at the other side, and I sure as hell, I loved what I heard from Kyrie last night, but I didn't like what I heard from the first time against Ant-Man. They didn't know what to expect. He just came off that, bro. One thing I got to say is Chris Finch, who was 3rd in the Coach of the Year voting, you cannot play defense against Luka the way that you did. Because once Luka gets his primary defender on the hip and like Rudy Gobert has to step out, he is just throwing it over his head in lobs. And if he gets you on his hip and Gobert steps it to the line because the guy behind him is going to foul him, he's going to get possibly an and one, or he's just going to step up and pull up and jump and hit a 15-footer and you're screwed. Or hell, a 10-footer, he'll be right there. I mean, you know what I mean? Like, the defense for the Timberwolves, who were the number 1 team in defense all year long, Chris Finch has got to definitely do some adjustments before game number 2. But, man, we got a series. The West looks nasty. Tonight, though, we do have the East game that's going on. What is that, a 7 o'clock tip tonight?
I believe so. Let me double check.
Pacers and the Celtics. I know it's on ESPN because they have the East, but I have no idea if it's at 7 or at 7:30. I do know that the line was 8.5 this morning, Boston.
Is that right? Wow.
Mm-hmm.
7 o'clock, John.
7
ESPN,
o'clock.
8.5. That total at 224.5.
224 and 8.5. Well, we're about to talk a little bit of basketball. We got Isaac Simpson on the other side on a Thirsty Thursday. Always thinking about my people over at Tito's, especially on a Thirsty Thursday. Sports 56, 98.5 FM.
Be sure to follow us at Sports 56 WHBQ on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube to watch live video of our shows, stay up to date with station events, and have chances to win prizes. Don't miss out on anything that's going on. Follow us at Sports 56 WHBQ.
This is the month when Memphians and visitors spend a lot of time downtown. And when you're surrounded by all the Memphis inmate chaos and desperately need to find some peace and quiet, steer yourself to Barbaro Alley and Bell Tavern, Memphis's perfect downtown neighborhood bar. At Bell Tavern, you'll find cool air, low lights, and the best cocktails you'll find anywhere in town, not just downtown. Spend a little time cooling your heels and everything else, and watch the parade pass by at Bell Tavern, your Memphis in May headquarters.
Includes all rebates and incentives. Price excludes $695 PF. Lease includes PF $695. $650 acquisition fee. EV6 P5610964. MSRP $50,200. Telluride RG 510 849. MSRP 38305. Forte LXS RE 78169. MSRP 21820. Must finance through Hyundai. Excludes tax title license. See dealer for complete details. Offer valid through 5/31/2024 with approved credit. Dealers only.
I got Jeff Allen on the line to hear about some crazy deals happening at Gossett Kia southbound Mariah.
Randy, I'd love to give all our customers our best deal. 2024 Kia Forte LXS gets 41 MPG highway, $199 a month, $34.99 due at signing. 282 miles EPA estimated range will get you where you want to go in the 2023 Kia EV6 Win, $249 a month, plus a 2024 Telluride LX, $357 a month. Both $39.99 due at signing and 24-month lease.
And 0% for 48 months on 2024 EV9 and peace of mind with a 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain limited warranty.
So whether you live in Horn Lake, South Haven, Olive Branch, or Memphis, we'll make you happy at Gossett Kia South on Mount Moriah.
Jenkins Floors and More invite you to their retail warehouse where they pass wholesale savings on to you. Jenkins Floors in Little Rock, Cleveland, Mississippi, and opening June 1st in Horn Lake at 2356 West Goodman Road. Specializing in flooring and carpeting, tile, plantation shutters, and blinds, Jenkins makes your life easy with a 2-week turnaround. Contractors, builders, or family projects, call 662. Me and Rebecca Jenkins say hello to Sports 56 fans and look forward to your business.
Moving is stressful, but Black Tie Moving can take the worry out of the process. Whether you're moving across town or across country, moving your home or your office, your personal moving concierge from Black Tie Moving will work with you to design a plan that perfectly fits your budget and needs. And they're available 24/7 to answer any questions you have. Give Black Tie Moving a call at 901-316-6196 or go to blacktiemoving.com/Memphis to get your personal, no obligation quote from the moving experts at Black Tie Moving.
Make your next grill your last with the Big Green Egg at East Memphis Ace. Smoke, bake, roast, sear, and grill, all with a lifetime warranty. Ready to cook in only 15 minutes with cook temperatures below 200, above 700, and anywhere in between. Change your at-home cooking experience for life with our unmatched, authentic wood-fired grill flavor that has our customers raving. Get your Big Green Egg and all our accessories at East Memphis Ace on the corner of South White Station and Quince Road. Make your next grill your last with a Big Green Egg. Smoke, bake, roast, sear, and grill, all with a lifetime warranty. Save money on fuel, eating out, and replacing expensive grills that cannot match the flavor of the Big Green Egg. Ready to cook in only 10 to 15 minutes with temperatures below 200, above 700, and anywhere in between with ease. Change your at-home cooking experience for life. Go to shop.biggreenegg.com.
The only power source capable of generating 1.21 gigawatts of electricity is a bolt of lightning.
Now, back to Sports 56 Happy Hour on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM. Here once again, Johnny Radio.
Welcome back to a little Sports 56 Happy Hour. I'm your buddy Johnny Radio. It is a thirsty Thursday in the Mid-South, always brought to you by the best, and that's Tito's Handmade Vodka. Love me some Tito's, man. I think everybody knows I love me a little bit of Tito's. But today's a great day, by the way. Like if you're outside, you don't want to just have like little tennis shoes on. It's raining, it's wet, it's muddy, it's nasty. It's a good thing we got boots, bro. Because you know what? All my peeps go to Frontier Western Store, 5080 Goodman Road down in Olive Branch. They got Western boots, work boots, dress boots, you name it, they got it. Plus, they even got Hey Dude shoes. Hey, dude.
Hey, dude.
Hey, dude. They got all the fashions for the men, but don't forget, they have a ladies' boutique, a children's department. They can dress your kids, your family, your friends from head to toe, have them styling and profiling. Where do you go? 5880 Goodman Road down in Olive Branch. Or you can shop online at frontierwesternstore.com. It's time to talk with my good buddy, Isaac Simpson. First and foremost, what's up, Isaac?
Man, what's going on, Johnny? I'm good. How are you?
Man, I am blessed beyond belief. I'm fired up about this weekend. It's Memorial Day, off on Monday, celebrating the people who, make us, help us. So, like, all kinds of good stuff. Plus, I get to go to Widespread Panic on Friday and Saturday. I bet you don't know anything about that, do you?
Well, I'm aware of Widespread Panic. I'm not going to say I'm a fan, but yes, I'm aware of their existence.
If you want to go this weekend, come hang out with me. We'll go wiggle, and get down, bro. It'll be a good time. You might come back with a few less brain cells, though, Isaac. So you might want to stay away. But I got to talk to you first and foremost before we get into basketball, before we get anything. You're a huge Cowboy fan. I love talking football. You know that. And I just have to ask, what's up with your buddy Dak Prescott talking about how he don't play for money, he don't care about money, he don't need money?
That's what he says, but we all know that that's not the case. At some point, he's gonna get paid. I don't understand. And the Cowboys do this all the time. Like they wait till other guys set the market, and then they end up paying more when they're trying to be cheap. That's the weird thing about it is they try to be cheap as a franchise, but they wait until the last minute to sign a guy, and they end up paying more than they would have if they had to sign them early.
Yeah, they ended up getting screwed. It's just I don't understand it. I know it's got to be frustrating, especially since you're a huge fan of the Cowboys.
Yeah, it's tough to watch. I mean, they don't have a contract with him. They haven't signed CeeDee Lamb, and in the end, I believe they're going to end up signing all those guys. Micah Parsons, I believe they're going to end up signing them, but they're going to end up paying more money than they would have. It just doesn't make any sense, and they continue to do it. That's just how they operate. It's weird.
Yeah, it is absolutely a weird one. Tomorrow at 12 o'clock, you might want to tune in. I got David Deal, two-time Super Bowl champ, coming on at 12 o'clock tomorrow. Played for your rival Giants, protecting Eli Manning back in the day. So I'll have to ask him what he thinks about them Cowboys for you tomorrow.
Oh yeah, man! I remember Big David Deal for sure, man. Yeah, I definitely will tune in. I'm sure that'll be a great interview for sure.
Yeah, and also if you didn't know, he's over there now helping out the University of Memphis football team, so that's why he's in town. So we'll have fun with that tomorrow. But I gotta ask, what the heck did you think about last night's game?
I actually wasn't surprised. Like, I actually took Dallas on the money line last night. I know a lot of people.
Damn, you needed to text me, bro.
Yeah, yeah. I know a lot of people thought this series was going to be easy. Thought this was going to be a quick series in Minnesota, but I don't think that's going to be the case, man. I think, and you look at that game last night. I just kind of felt like coming out that emotional high, Minnesota winning that Game 7 in Denver, Dallas being a more rested team. I just liked them going into the game last night. And I think one thing that really stands out is Dallas shot the ball from 3, 6 of 25 for 24%. And Minnesota hit 18 threes, and they had a plus 36 advantage just from the three-point line. They still lost the game by 3 points. So I would be concerned about that if I was Minnesota, because Dallas is definitely going to shoot the basketball better than that at some point. You get a plus 36-point advantage from the three-point line, you're supposed to win that game. And they even shot more free throws than Dallas as well. So you look at those kind of things, and they still lost that game. That would be concerning for me. And I think you go back to the Denver series, Dallas is different because their bigs are more athletic. That's something that they weren't dealing with. We know you got Jokic and how tough that is. But I think the athleticism of Gafford, P.J. Washington,
Derek Lively,
and Derek Lively, I think that bothered them last night, and I think this is a different challenge for them. And it's going to be a series. I think this series is going 7. I think it's going to be a much tougher series than a lot of people think, and I really think Dallas has a chance in it.
You know, the other thing is, though, I'm going to play devil's advocate on the other side. Naz Reid, by the way, kept him in that game in the third quarter. He was fabulous. I can't say anything about the Sixth Man of the Year, but, bro, he's a beast. I mean, when he had that steal, and then, he has the steal, scores, then gets it out to Ant-Man. They go up by 6, after the first quarter. Then that third quarter, like he's just hitting threes. He is playing out of his damn mind. Naz Reid was playing out of his mind. Jaden McDaniels, by the way, had his third game of 20 points in a row. He has never had back-to-back games with 20 points. He's shooting the three-point ball like he thinks he's Steph Curry. He played great. And Karl Anthony Towns and Anthony Edwards, your stars, were terrible. Ant-Man only scored one time, only one basket inside the 3-point line. And I thought Karl Anthony Towns was just, for some reason, chunking everything up from outside. I don't understand why he doesn't use his side. So there's a lot of adjustments Chris Finch can make. And this is going to be a hell of a series. But the thing that scares me the most, like you kind of mentioned I thought that Gafford and Lively were going to be overwhelmed by Gobert and Naz Reid. I thought they would definitely win the rebounding. The Mavericks had 48 rebounds to 40 in that ball game. The Mavericks blocked 8 shots last night. These are the things I didn't expect. And Derek Lively played probably perfect basketball. He was a plus 19, grabbed 11 boards, 4 for 4 from the field. He was filthy.
Yeah, man. I mean, you look at that matchup on paper, and you definitely think, okay, you got these bigs. You got Karl Anthony Towns. You got Gobert. You got Naz Reid coming off the bench. They're definitely going to have the advantage. And again, that wasn't the case last night. I mean, those two big pickups of Gafford and P.A. Washington at trade deadline was just huge for Dallas. And the drafting of Derek Lively to have a guy that's a rookie to be able to come in and play the way he's played in these playoffs. I mean, it's just been absolutely tremendous. And one thing about, I wasn't a big believer in Dallas. I mean, I've been critical of Luka and kind of saying that the way that he plays, the ISO ball, the inefficiency at times, it was going to be hard to, it would be hard to kind of win a title and win really big with that. But I mean, he's made a believer out of me, man. I think him being banged up in that series against OKC, I think that actually helped him because I think they didn't realize he deferred a lot more because I think he just didn't have the legs at times. And I think he found out that he could trust these other guys. And I think he's become better as this playoff run has gone on because of that. He's been more efficient. I think he trusts his teammates more. And Kyrie just kind of accepting that role of being Robin, which in the past he has kind of shied away from accepting. I think it's really taking his team to another level. Now, when you look on paper, the Minnesota top to bottom is the more talented overall team, but that the more talented team doesn't always win. And it's just something about this Mavs team during this playoff run. It just kind of feels like destiny to me, man. I really do think that they can win this series. I know a lot of people don't because, again, talent-wise, I think Minnesota is a team. We've seen what that team can do when they lock in defensively, but it just feels like this Mavs team's on a mission, man. And these guys are really playing some good basketball, man. They're going to give Minnesota a run for their money. And I think this is going to be a great series.
You know, like Kyle Anderson was getting like the treatment that Magic got his first game back when he had HIV. Like they were backing off and it was 5-on-4. Or they were giving the Ben Simmons treatment, like shoot the ball, Kyle, because he was terrible. Kyle looked so bad. I was every time he was on the court, I wanted to vomit.
Yeah, I mean he was bad last night. And to kind of go back to your point about Karl Anthony Towns and Anthony Edwards, that's something that they do. Like they'll look like the best players in the world one night, and then the next game there's something totally different. That's I think that especially with Ant, that's I think the last kind of part for his maturation process. He has a lot of games like this. Like as a better, I know because if for some reason I seem to catch him on the bad games all the time. He'll have 2 great games, and then he'll have a game where he's just kind of nonchalant, scores 15 points, inefficient for the field. He does that a lot. Like if you go back and look at his box scores throughout the season, he'll have 45 points one night, then the next night he'll score 12 and 5 of 18 from the field or something. He just does that kind of stuff, and you see that with Cat as well, because you saw how Cat kind of closed that series out against Denver and how well he played in that game, Game 7, and then come out to last night and only had 16 points. He's -5 from plus minus and -1. You just can't have that. I mean, you got guys like Jaden McDaniels stepping up, playing the way they play. Gobert had another good game last night. You got 15 off the bench from Naz Reid, and those guys don't step up. Those are the 2 guys that you're supposed to be dependent on. If they're not going to step up, even with those other guys playing really well, man, it's going to be hard for them to win games in the Western Conference Finals at this level of basketball.
It is definitely going to be definitely hard. Now, I got to talk about Kyrie because when this whole trade with Kyrie, I talked in the first segment about listening to him. Did you by any chance hear his interview right after the ball game with Shaq and Chuck and the boys from TNT?
Man, I actually did not. I haven't watched it. I saw a little bit of it, of a clip. I was rolling through Twitter, but I didn't actually see it last night.
Man, after watching that, let me just tell you something. That's the most mature Kyrie Irving I've ever seen in my life. Like, listening to him, he feels at peace with his game. He wants to get back to winning. He constantly talked about focusing on the little things and the little things to help out his teammates. Not necessarily because, it's not about, you can't win by yourself. And just, I'm sitting here listening to Kyrie and thinking to myself, man, where was this guy in Cleveland? This guy in Brooklyn? He's not putting out, crazy tweets. He's not putting out movies that are going to be, people are going to ban him for this or, you know what I mean? He's not talking about flat earth. He's not talking about vaccines. He's not talking about anything but basketball. And he seems so comfortable and at peace. And he was flat out awesome last night. And again, you said this, he's taking the Robin role. Well, hell, if he needs to put on that cape and be Batman, he did that in the first quarter, and he also did that down the stretch. Like, he's just it feels like he's at the healthiest mental place I've ever seen Kyrie, and he looks like a guy who's just figured it out.
Yeah, I don't think there's any question. I mean, I think you can see it just in his demeanor. Everything is just different. You can tell that he's just calm and everything, like you said, is at peace mentally, and he's balling out. Like you said, 30 points, super efficient, 12 of 23 from the field last night. And when Luka doesn't have it, he's a guy that has carried this team. He did it early in the game last night. He's done it late in games in this playoff run as well. When Luka was kind of banged up, and I think that's what kind of took this to another level. Again, like I said, my criticism of Luka in the past, I think Kyrie being the Kyrie that he is right now, I think that's really kind of helped Luka evolve as well as a basketball player at times. And that's what I'm saying, man. I just feel like that this thing is coming together for Dallas. And like I said, I'm not guaranteeing, I'm not predicting that they're going to win the series, but I definitely think they have a chance. And I think this thing's going 7. I think them coming out there winning game 1 is really going to give them a little bit of momentum. I think Dallas Minnesota bounces back and wins game 2. But when you're the road team, man, especially when you're the underdog like they were, man, if you get one out of those first 2, man, you're in good shape going back home.
Man, you ain't lying. And one other thing that I did want to ask when it comes to this game, and then I'm going to move off of it for a minute. But when you also talk about Kyrie, I didn't realize that he was in better shape than anybody. He ran Ant-Man to death. Ant-Man, the reason he only probably had one bucket inside the three-point line, because he was guarding Kyrie Irving, who was running a freaking marathon when he was on offense. He was running around the baseline, running through screen. Ant-Man was chasing him all over the damn place. And when he had the ball in his hand, he had nothing in his stomach. He was sucking wind.
Yeah, man, and Ant-Man kind of called him out before this series started. I'm sure Kyrie took that personal. I think we saw that last night. And that's the thing, man. I mean, I love Ant-Man, but man, when you talking like that, man, you got to back it up. And last night he didn't. Most of the time he does. I give him credit for that, but last night he didn't. Kyrie had him, like you said, man, running all over the court, and man, he didn't have much resistance for him, man. Because Kyrie, with a big game last night, like I said, 30 points, man, you get 63 between him and Luka. If they can do that, man, it's gonna be hard to beat them if they get 63 points between those two guys.
It really will, man. We've just been talking about the first game. I got so much more things I got to get to with Isaac Simpson. We're going to talk about what we got going on tonight, the Grizzlies, the Tigers, all that and so much more. First and foremost, Isaac, what you been working over there? What you working on over at the Ethos Grizzlies?
Yeah, man, we got another podcast coming out at the beginning of next week. So we still talking draft. Going to have some special guests coming on, man, to talk NBA draft. That time's going to be getting even heavier. Grizzlies with the 9th pick, what are they going to do? Are they going to trade it, or are they going to take a guy at 9? They're going to trade down. A lot of different scenarios for the Grizzlies, so we'll definitely be discussing all that over those Grizzlies.
Man, we're going to be talking about that in a little bit more. Plus, we got game number 2 tonight in the Eastern Conference Finals. Don't you dare touch the dial back in 2 Shake Sports 56, 98.5 FM.
Family Leisure Studio. We are Sports 56 and 98.5 FM.
Looking for sports in all the wrong places? Try the Owner's Box Sports Bar and Grill in Lakeland Town Square. Fun, friendly, exciting, and comfortable with wall-to-wall TVs for all your favorite games, 24 taps for all your favorite beers, including NA and local craft beers, and an in-front-of-the-wall full bar for all your other favorite beverages, including a full wine list. Add in an upscale menu, patio seating, daily specials, and events, and you found all your sports in the one right place. The Owner's Box Sports Bar and Grill in Lakeland Town Square, Highway 70.
Hey everybody, is your family road trip ready for summer? All-Star Chevy right here in Olive Branch is ready with your Silverado, Tahoe, or Suburban. And get up to 30 miles per gallon with your new All-Star Chevy Equinox or Trailblazer. Financing down to 1.9 and no payments for a full 90 days of summer. All-Star Chevy has a great deal on new 24 Blazer EVs. Get charged up for this 36-month lease on a Blazer EV at just $369 a month. Only $2,500 down and the usual tax, title, and license. For details, ask any sales consultant. And I'm looking at a ton of Silverados out here in Olive Branch. Discounts up to $10,500 and 1.9 financing. College students and grads, military, teachers, healthcare. You get an extra $500 bonus. You want pre-owned? Everything you want is here. All the Jeeps and trucks and even your Corvette. And as we celebrate Memorial Day, our friends at All-Star Chevy asked me to remind everyone to remember all those who have made the ultimate sacrifice serving our country. Together, let's drive to All-Star Chevy in Olive Branch today or go to allstarautogroup.com.
The 36th Annual John Bull Bramlett Memorial Golf Classic is Tuesday, May 28th. This summer, Great Memphis Fellowship of Christian Athletes, or FCA, will have over 1,000 student athletes and coaches participating in camps. The funds raised from this golf tournament help send athletes to camp where they learn more about their sport as well as learning leadership skills while hearing the gospel of Jesus. For registration and sponsorship information, please visit memphisfca.org or email memphisfca@fca.org.
As the seasons change, so does the need for reliable home comfort. It's time to turn to the experts with Choates, where your family's comfort is our top priority. Right now, Choates is making it easier than ever to upgrade your home's climate control with our exceptional Carrier systems. There's never been a better time to enhance your comfort. Select from incredibly low monthly payments, 36 months no interest financing, or choose our $1,650 Cool Cash rebate instead and lower the upfront cost on select Carrier systems. It's not just savings, it's Cool Cash in your pocket. Low monthly payments, no interest financing, or Cool Cash rebates? Whatever you choose, you're choosing quality, reliability, and the trusted service of Choates. Call us today at 347-8086 or visit ChoatesHVAC.com to learn more about these incredible savings. But hurry, these deals are as fleeting as a cool breeze on a hot day. Choates, let our family serve your family.
Memorial Day weekend is coming, which means many folks will be grilling. And if you're firing up the grill this weekend or any weekend, there's one place to go for everything you need: Memphis Barbecue Supply. You need charcoal? They have 10 different brands of either lump or briquette charcoal. Pellets? How about over 2 tons in stock, 12 different flavors and blends. Looking for wood for smoking? Memphis Barbecue Supply has 9 different types of wood in chips, chunks, mini logs, and logs. You can even mix and match your woods from their bins of loose chunks. Whatever it is that you're grilling, steaks, ribs, burgers, pork butts, you name it, they have over 378 different rubs, sauces, injections, and raw spices to make sure your food tastes great. If you have any questions, they have award-winning pitmasters on staff that can help ensure that your cook will be the best ever. Memphis Barbecue Supply, 7041 Stage Road, or online, mbbqsupply.com.
I've got Rockin' Ronnie Smith on the line at Gossett Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram Fiat on the Pike. And Ronnie, it's the season for the Memorial Day sales event.
It's time to rock, Randy, in your new 2023 Jeep Renegade Latitude 4-wheel drive. $25,889 or $389 a month. That's $5,206 off MSRP. How about a 2024 Dodge Hornet GT all-wheel drive, packing up to 268 horsepower, plus 295 pound-feet of torque, 32,320, plus power up in our 2023 Dodge Charger SXT 4-door, $28,072. That's over $9,000 off MSRP.
So drive past the rest and come to the best at Gossett Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram Fiat on the Pike, or online anytime, GossettMotorcars.net.
All 75 months at 8.99 APR, 3,500 down, Renegade Triple P 56,520 MSRP $31,095. Charger PH 636,171, MSRP $37,120. Hornet R3A 152.64, MSRP $34,820. Price includes all rebates and incentives and excludes PF 695. Payments includes PF 695. All exclude tax, title, and license with approved credit. See dealer for complete details. Dealer stock only.
All the wisdom of the universe is in these bones.
Now back to Sports 56 Happy Hour on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM. Here once again, Johnny Radio.
Welcome back to a little Sports 56 Happy Hour. I'm your buddy Johnny Radio, hanging out with Brian Dacus all day long, all day strong. It is a beautiful day. It might be wet. Who cares, bro? You know what rain does? It helps things grow, bro. Helps things grow. So we're fired up because we're going to be getting down, partying like rock stars, playing ball like all stars, and I'll be wiggling like a maniac this week as well. We got widespread panic in town. It's Memorial Day weekend. Life is going to be flat out amazing. And you know what happened? You know what I found out yesterday?
What's that?
Not only am I going to be partying, at Radiance Amphitheater this weekend, but did you know Panic and Mempho has dropped their dates October 4th through 6th. Goose is coming, bro. Trey, he's going to be here. Trey Anastasio, Sublime. Man, it's going to be a party. So Mempho's going to be dope. This weekend's going to be dope. And we got all kinds of ball games to bet on. We got the Eastern Conference Finals game number 2 tonight. Boston survived. And we're so lucky because we have Isaac Simpson from the TigerSportsReport.com and Ethos Grizzlies. He's going to talk a little hoops with us. Game number 1, Isaac, I couldn't believe what I was seeing. Indiana was looking good. Now, I've always sit there and said that this Boston team has got a bunch of superstars. They play isolation basketball, and they live basically on the three-point line. If the three-point is falling, they smoke people. If it's not, they're in trouble. But damn, Indiana, who I've been saying was soft as baby poo, doesn't play any defense and can't play in the half court, they made that a hell of a game because they had a 97.5% chance to win the game with 10 seconds and somehow blew it. What'd you take away from game number 1?
Yeah, man. I feel like Boston is salsa. They disgust me because they're there every year and they just don't get it done, and it just kind of pisses me off. They have the talent, but I think they rely on their talent too much. I think other teams play harder than them. They want it more, but I think Indiana really blew a chance to come in there and take game 1 because I think they were up against it anyway against this Boston team. And you have the team on the ropes like that, man. You got to finish that game. And I think Rick Carlisle is looked at as being a fantastic coach, but they really botched that game down the stretch, man. There's no way that you lose that game, man. And you sit up here, man, 0-1, man. It's just crazy that they lost that game. Like you said, it was felt like 0% chance that they were going to lose, and somehow they found a way to stop that thing away, man, get to overtime. And I knew once they got to overtime that Boston was going to win this game. And you put 7 guys in double figures. I mean, you had big game from Halliburton, Pascal Siakam, 24 and 12. You had Miles Turner, 23 and 10. I mean, you're probably not going to play any better than that. So if you're Indiana right now, man, I think you got to be pretty disgusted, at the situation that you find yourself in.
How disgusted were you with Rick Carlisle not calling the timeout there and advancing the ball? After 3 seconds, Nembhard looked lost. He throws it in there. See, by the way, if Spicy P catches that ball, he runs out of bounds. He wasn't going to be able to stop himself. Yeah, man,
it's crazy, man. When you're at home and you're not $1 million paid NBA coach, and you're these obvious mistakes that you see people make. It's insane. Like I don't understand why you don't call a timeout to advance the basketball there, and got Halliburton with 2 big turnovers down the stretch of that game that really cost them.
He was great until crunch time. Like, let's be real. Yeah. And he also didn't get a good shot off there to end the thing. But I go back to Rick Carlisle and not the players.
That was terrible. Yeah, that last shot that you could got to get something better than that.
Like Rick Carlisle, you didn't call the timeout to advance the ball. That was the first thing that, like, you're just like, damn, if you're an Indiana fan, you're pissed off at. The second thing is how do you not have them switching? The only thing you can't give up in that situation is a three-pointer. If they want to run a back screen and go to the basket and get an easy 2, you're still up 1 inbounding the ball, and you still have that timeout so you can advance it, and you're shooting free throws. Like, he didn't have them switching. That's why Spicy P came off the damn screen instead of TJ McConnell going to the corner, and it was an easy pass over to Brown. Wasn't an easy shot, but damn it, he made it, and the only reason is because that was another bad coaching decision by Rick Carlisle. And then, like I said, the last possession when you have, 7 seconds to get down the court and in the game, and you don't get a shot off because you just have Halliburton dribble, and throwing up a prayer. I thought he had a horrible game. I don't feel bad for him, but damn, Rick.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to make a video of how to lose a basketball game, that was it. Just a comedy of errors down the stretch. Like I said, you can't really feel sorry for them because they did it to themselves. They just botched that game, man. I would be, God, if I was a Pacers fan, man, I would have been losing my mind when they lost that game. Again, once they went to overtime, I knew Boston was going to pull it out. But again, man, I think, especially when you're a huge underdog, like I think they might have been a 10-point underdog in that game, something like that. You just can't lose that basketball game. And I think any chance they had to win the series is probably gone down the tubes after you lose that game. Mentally, I don't even know how you come back from that, man. That's tough to lose that basketball game that way. But again, it wasn't really anything that Boston was doing because Boston was trying to give them the game, and they just couldn't. They wouldn't take it.
Yeah, it's so wild. It's absolutely insane. Again, I call Boston their regular season. Their regular season great. Their postseason mid. That's just basically what.
Yeah, but I think whoever wins that series between Minnesota and Dallas, I think is going to horse Larry O'Brien. I can't see Boston beating either one of those teams. I know they're talented. They just don't have enough dog in it to me, and I think it starts at the head with Jason Tatum. As great as he is, man, there's just something missing there mentally. He doesn't have that killer instinct, and I think that kind of trickles down to the rest of the team. They just don't have it. They're super talented, and they think they just rely on their talent, and that's the reason why you see them lose random games against teams in the playoffs that they don't have any business losing.
Man, and I got to ask you one quick question about the draft. I have a good buddy of mine who's a huge Tennessee fan and loves the Grizzlies. So his dream is Dalton Knecht to come to the Grizzlies. Yeah. What would you? I mean, is this something that's actually real, or is he just a dreamer?
No, I think if they actually stay at 9, I think that he's definitely in the mix. If they go anything other than center, I think Dalton Knecht might be that guy. I'm a big fan. I think one reason why it makes a lot of sense for the Grizzlies is because he's an older prospect. He's 23 years old. He's ready to go right now, and the Grizzlies
are ready to go right now.
Yeah, they're ready to win right now, and I think if you kind of looked at their money situation, if they make a deal, which I think they're going to do sometime this summer, Luke Kennard is an obvious guy that's likely to be moved. So if you're moving him, I think he'd be a great replacement. And one thing about Dalton Knecht is he's not just a shooter. I mean, he's a 3-level scorer. He's a pretty good athlete. I think when you look at the guys in this draft, I know he's an older prospect, but as far as ceiling, I think he has one of the highest ceilings in this draft. Like he could really be, I think, a starter on a really good team if he reaches this ceiling. I really think he has the potential to be, and I know this might sound crazy, an all-star one day because of his scoring ability, the way that he can get his own shot. I love Dalton Knecht and wouldn't be mad at all. He's definitely right there at the top of my list for guys with the Grizzlies. I've been talking about him for about a month now, man. I wouldn't mind that at all if he found his way to the 901.
I know my buddy Bob's out there dancing in the street somewhere hearing that. Now, Isaac, you got to tell everybody where they can find you, what you got coming down the pipe, what you and Candace are working on over there at Ethos Grizzlies.
Yeah, man. Check us out at Ethos Grizzlies. Go over there and give us a like and a follow. We definitely appreciate that. Definitely going to be popping out at least one podcast a week, man. We got one coming up at the top of next week. So make sure you check that out, TigerSportsReport.com, and my personal X feed at Isaac_NBA.
Be blessed, big homie. Enjoy the weekend. If you get crazy, call me, and we'll go wiggle at Panic.
All Will do, man. Talk to you next week.
That's my buddy Isaac Simpson. We're going to take a quick time out on the other side. It's time to talk about the Ole Miss Rebels with Evie Van Pelt on Sports 56 98.5 FM.
You make the change. You rearrange me till I'm sane.
Make your next grill your last with a Big Green Egg. Smoke, bake, roast, sear, and grill, all with a lifetime warranty. Save money on fuel, eating out, and replacing expensive grills that cannot match the flavor of the Big Green Egg. Ready to cook in only 10 to 15 minutes with temperatures below 200, above 700, and anywhere in between with ease. Change your at-home cooking experience for life. Go to shop.biggreenegg.com.
If the woman of your dreams has been searching online for the perfect engagement ring, she's figured out there's a few brand names that are worthy of consideration. Hey, it's Eric Hasseltine, and she doesn't want a plain, ordinary cookie-cutter ring to wear the rest of her life. She wants a world-class designer ring, handcrafted by a true artisan that will hold value and stand the test of time. She's found Tacori, Verragio, Ajafi, Simon G., among other premium American-made designers. But when you try and find these exclusive rings, you quickly realize most stores don't offer them. They have knockoffs and lookalikes, kind of like those imitation bags and watches on the streets of New York City. But there is one jeweler where you can find the real deal, Genesis Diamonds. Genesis has been chosen by all the most sought-after designers. Genesis is your exclusive home for these iconic brand names that define excellence. Other stores can only dream of being able to offer these, but only Genesis has them. So be careful. Don't settle for anything less than the ring she is worthy of wearing. Genesis Diamonds at Poplar and Perkins Extended.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
This story is called The Ugly Truth About Timeshare. If you think you've done your family a favor by buying a timeshare, you need my help. Hello, I'm Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group. 10 years ago, I started helping folks cancel their timeshare. In the process, started Wesley Financial Group to do one thing, help people get out of their timeshare nightmare. When you buy a timeshare, the timeshare company can raise your annual maintenance fees at will. I recently helped a couple that had their maintenance fees go from $800 to $3,200 a year. They also received a $4,000 assessment for a hurricane that was over 1,000 miles away. Sound crazy? Stop the insanity today. Call my office now. If we take you as a client, I guarantee we'll cancel your timeshare or you'll pay nothing.
Want out of your timeshare? Call now for your free timeshare exit info kit. 800-462-3333. That's 800-462-3333. 800-462-3333.
Includes all rebates and incentives. Price excludes $695 PF. Lease includes PF $695. $650 acquisition fee. EV6 P5610964. MSRP $50,200. Telluride RG 510 $849. MSRP $38,305. Forte LXS RE 78169. MSRP $21,820. Must finance through Hyundai. Excludes tax title license. See dealer for complete details. Offer valid through 5/31/2024 with approved credit. Dealers.com.
I got Jeff Allen on the line to hear about some crazy deals happening at Gossett Kia southbound Mariah.
Randy, I'd love to give all our customers our best deal. 2024 Kia Forte LXS gets 41 MPG highway, $199 a month, $34.99 due at signing. 282 miles EPA estimated range will get you where you want to go in the 2023 Kia EV6 Win, $249 a month, plus a 2024 Telluride LX, $357 a month. Both $39.99 due at signing and 24-month lease.
And 0% for 48 months on 2024 EV9 and peace of mind with a 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain limited warranty.
So whether you live in Horn Lake, South Haven, Olive Branch, or Memphis, we'll make you happy at Gossett Kia South on Mount Moriah.
The 36th annual John Bull Bramlett Memorial Golf Classic is Tuesday, May 28th. This summer, Great Memphis Fellowship of Christian Athletes, or FCA, will have over 1,000 student athletes and coaches participating in camps. The funds raised from this golf tournament help send athletes to camp where they learn more about their sport as well as learning leadership skills while hearing the gospel of Jesus. For registration and sponsorship information, please visit memphisfca.org or email memphisfca@fca.org.
We are Sports 56, WHBQ Memphis, and W253DF Memphis, Flynn Broadcasting Stations.
But you gotta be willing to take the hit and not pointing fingers saying you ain't where you wanna be because of him or her or anybody. Cowards do that and that ain't you. You're better than that.
Now, back to Sports 56 Happy Hour on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM. This hour is brought to you by Tito's Vodka. Here once again, Johnny Radio.
Welcome back to a little Sports 56 Happy Hour. I'm your buddy Johnny Radio. It is a Thirsty Thursday in the Mid-South, always brought to you by the best at Tito's Handmade Vodka. We're sitting here chilling. We're about to talk a little Ole Miss Rebels with Evie Van Pelt, but I did want to remind you, man, it's lunchtime. Mugshots Bar and Grill. They're in Collierville now. They ain't just down in Olive Branch. They're at 656 West Poplar Avenue. They have 19 specialty burgers. Their grub is delicious, 140-plus TVs, and their bar is great. And their bar has happy hour. 2 to 6 Monday through Friday, half-price drafts, $3 snacks. You can get queso, a little Rotel dip, maybe some chicken tenders, fried pickles, fried mushrooms. Again, all for just $3. Head on over to Mugshots, where they're always having a good time. Let's talk with my friend Evie Van Pelt. We got to talk about a little bit of heartbreak. Evie, how are you today? Are you okay? Have you recovered from Tuesday night?
Man, oh man. Well, you're cheering me up being on here and hearing you and Bryant. That makes me happy. That gives me a smile. So thank you for that. But what a tough loss. I mean, Bryant and I were just talking a second ago before this segment, and I mean, how were you feeling? Up 1-0, bottom of the night, two outs. And as Bryant said, just got Dakota Jordan out. I mean, you're feeling pretty good at that point. So that was a real punch to the gut to lose that in walk-off fashion to Mississippi State, of all people.
It was so painful. And again, it was, you have to win to advance. That was like a crucial game. And of course, you're playing your rival, Mississippi State, Ole Miss, Mississippi State. You're up, and again, down to the last out. And the thing that just also was just heartbreaking, I don't know how to – I felt my heart was broke for Liam Doyle.
Oh, my gosh. I mean, the look on his face, the camera panned over to him, and that really, me too. And I think, that really got me thinking, looking at him and just looking at their faces. And, I'm friends with the Sauniers, and Grayson Saunier's mom sent me a few pictures. I mean, he just looked bewildered. I think it was just such a shock the way that happened. And I mean, they packed for a week. They were staying, and so I think that was a really, really tough one. And listening to him, after the game, and just, truly heartbreaking.
Yeah, and like you had, and you got to just tip your cap. My man Riley Maddox went out there and was onions. He went 7 innings, shut out. Then Doyle comes in. By the way, the home run is only runs they gave up. I mean, he had 3 Ks in 1 2/3 inning, got that big strikeout. And again, it's college baseball, man. Ting.
Yes, it's college baseball. I mean, I'm sure you've just been watching everything. I mean, there have been a number
looks good, bro. LSU.
Right.
Whoa. They woke up on They woke up on Ole Miss and been awake for actually a couple of weeks, and then they came out there and beat the brakes off of Georgia and Kentucky.
I mean, LSU, as David likes to say, has its tournament face on. And I think that, the top 4 seeds in the tournament all went to the losers bracket their first day out. I'm not sure that's ever happened before. 3 of those have been number 1 in the country, and Kentucky was number 2. So, I mean, that's been crazy. But, yeah, David thinks, he said a win today likely will make LSU the favorite to win the SEC out of the 11th seed, and they're up to, I think, minus 160 favorite today against South Carolina. So the Tigers are rolling.
Yeah, the Tigers are rolling, and the crazy thing is, as you saw also, like Texas A&M and Tennessee are playing in the losers bracket.
Right.
Like Vanderbilt beat Tennessee, and Mississippi State knocked off Texas A&M yesterday.
I mean, yeah, you just see all those guys down in the losers bracket, and it's just, you're right. I don't think anybody would have thought number 1 and number 2, Tennessee and A&M, would be playing in the losers bracket today. So, I think probably the rest of the nation, if they're watching, is seeing what we already know, which is, man, SEC baseball. Oh, SEC is tough. So I think that Vandy Mississippi State game is going to be a good game.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, looking forward to that, and LSU, South Carolina, and A&M and Tennessee. So yeah, it's all been it's all been must-see TV. I just wish our Rebels were still in it. And like you say, I mean, man, that was like an old-fashioned pitcher's duel. You
Yes,
know,
it
I mean,
was.
that was just something else. And you're right. I mean, Riley Maddox just, you know, he said after the game everything was working tonight. It's just Mississippi State's Brooks Auger pretty much matched him, you know, pitch for pitch almost. So it just was really a heck of a game.
It was a heck of a game. It's heartbreaking, and I hate to do this. What's next for Mike?
Really good question.
Mike Bianco, by the way, people. The
Right,
coach.
right. There just are so many moving parts to me. I have heard so many different things. I heard he and Keith may have had, you know, they always have an end of the season talk. They may have had that yesterday. There's even people disagree on whether that happened yet or not. I do know that player interviews are taking place. You know, their end of the season player coach interviews are taking place today and tomorrow. I do know that. So that's kind of interesting. I mean, Bianco's obviously, you know, leading those interviews. You know, there's just so much talk. You know, there's some folks who think Mike's back in large part because of his salary and the buyout of his salary, the buyout of the staff. You know, you're looking at a little over $7.5 million there. And then this, you know, we haven't talked a ton about it, you and I, but the NCAA versus House situation, and is Ole Miss going to be on the hook, you know, for $30 million a year, you know, like a lot of the Power 5 schools will be, Power 4 schools will be. So there's just, you know, a lot of stuff going on. There's even talk that Mike might move into some sort of administrative role. So I don't know. That's purely speculation. That's just, you know, one of the things we've heard out there. So I don't know. I'm really eager to see, though, and the transfer portal opens up, I believe, Monday. So that's another thing now you've got to deal with. You've got to,
I mean,
you know,
God, it happens
yeah.
so fast.
Life comes at you fast. Yes, it does. Yes, it does. And so there's just a lot of moving parts there. So I'm sure, I think one way or the other, I think we're going to see an announcement, either a return or whatnot. I would imagine
Pretty
by the
quickly.
by the end of this week, I think we have to.
I think you're 100% right on that one. The other thing is, we haven't talked much about the House versus the NCAA and the $2.7 billion lawsuit that's going on right now, and possibly putting all these universities on a hook for $20 to $30 million, and you know, all the things that they are talking about. I'm curious, what do you feel about that? And I'm also wondering, like, what do the people over like the Grove Collective are thinking about the whole situation with NIL, and if the NCAA does agree to this, does the NCAA all of a sudden start getting back power since they're bringing things in house?
I sure
I don't
hope not.
want that.
I don't want that either. I sure don't want that. I don't know. I mean, I think that everything, you know, I'm seeing is that the NCAA has agreed to pay the past damages. Had the case gone to trial, they risk being on the hook for, I think they said maybe a little over $4 billion with a B because of the triple multiplier that's applied to antitrust law. So I don't know. I mean, I think that, you know, the Grove Collective, I've just been so impressed. I've said it before with Walker Jones and everything that they're doing there, and staying out at the forefront of not just handling this new landscape, but anticipating changes. So, you know, I just think that there are a lot of people who are thinking that, you know, the amount of money it would take, like back to Bianco, you know, $7.6 or $7 million to buy out Bianco and the staff. Then that's before you even think about what you have to pay a new coach, new staff. I mean, that could be upwards of $10 million. And so do you really want to be, you know, spending that much money at a time when we really do think that this House versus NCAA situation is going to come to some sort of a fruition here. So I tell you what, you know, I've told folks, we put an article out earlier this week. I think I'm really glad Keith Carter is the AD. I think he's just got an understanding of all of this and his background as an athlete and his background in the foundation. And so, and together with the Grove Collective, I mean, I feel confident the leadership is really strong and bright. So I know they'll end up doing what's best for Ole Miss, but there just are a lot of questions and moving parts.
A lot of questions, a lot of moving parts, and again, with NIL, House versus the NCAA, everything. I mean, like, you have now the Jaden Rashada lawsuit against, Florida,
yes.
which is just wild. I feel like Napier is done.
I feel like Napier is done too, and I don't know when that's going to happen. When do you think that he will be done? I mean, do you think he gets this coming season? I mean, do you think? I don't know.
I almost feel like this is one of those situations, like at the part of the year where he is going to be, he's going to be there for one simple reason, and that's to get things through this offseason and go into the year. And then I think he's going to be one of the first coaches fired in the SEC.
I think you're right. And I selfishly, I was kind of thinking, well, can't they just go ahead and take care of that before the season? Because all the Kiffin to Florida rumors will start, and Kiffin ain't leaving this coming year's team.
And he ain't going to Florida.
No, he's not going there. I mean,
he's in God's country. Gainesville is not Oxford.
Gainesville is not Oxford, and honestly, I really believe one of the many reasons that Kiffin stayed when he had an opportunity to go to Auburn and some other places is I think he knows how strong that collective is. I mean, I think we're all grateful for Landry, going to Ole Miss and wanting him to stay in Oxford, but I'm grateful for Walker Jones and the collective because I think it was kind of a put up or shut up, and they really put up, and I think, my gosh, you can see it in the recruits that Kiffin is bringing in now, and the players he's signing, and that roster they retained. I mean, heck of a job there, and it took some money.
Not only, I mean, hey, everybody knows what my man Walter got. I mean, like, dude, like he didn't choose just Ole Miss because he just has it in his heart,
No, he did not. And I mean, the dude could have gone anywhere. Literally anywhere. He could have picked up the phone and said, "I'm on my way," and they would just say, "We're backing the truck up, the money truck, and it'll be ready when you get here, Walter." Speaking of him, it was funny. One of my writers sent me an Instagram video yesterday of Walter doing some off-season training. He was doing some wide receiver drills. And I swear to you, it was that big fellow was moving. He is putting in the work. He looked more mobile than I've seen him, throughout any of the time at A&M and at Ole Miss in the spring. So I think he is really taking it seriously, and it's just gonna be a monster. Him and Princely and JJ and Jared, and I just can't wait. And we're getting all the receivers.
Oh, didn't y'all get somebody else? Just
yes.
Oh, who did y'all get? Yes. Didn't y'all get the number one JUCO guy, I think, or something?
Yes. Well, see, there was a Deion Smith who actually started out his career at LSU, and he ultimately had some academic issues and went to Holmes Community College. Well, he is number one JUCO recruit in the country, number one ranked, and he had committed to Ole Miss. He's the guy back on signing day who came up in a Lamborghini. If you remember
gosh,
that.
Yes, I do remember that.
Lamborghini guy, yeah. But there had been talk, he really had some academic things he had to take care of, and there was a lot of talk. Folks weren't sure whether or not he would get that done in time to be there, this summer and for the fall, but he absolutely has, and he is just going to be, I can't tell you how good this kid is. You look at his film, and I talked with Shay Hodge, who was a former, legendary all-everything receiver for Ole Miss, and first of all, Shay said he's better than I was, and Shay doesn't say stuff like that lightly, so... but he just said he's generational talent. And honestly, I think Juice Wells has the boot off his foot now. He's better. Trey Harris, Jordan Watkins, Nareel White, Deion Smith. I cannot even imagine that there is a better wide receiver room in the country. I mean, I wouldn't believe it. Somebody would have to really show me, because I don't think so. I think they're just, I just can't even imagine how the new wide receiver coach, George McDonald, feels. What do you do if you're that guy walking in and you got all these superstars everywhere around you?
So Trey Harris is back. Jordan Watkins, Juice Wells. We just got the number one. Is this the deepest room on the football team?
It really could be. I mean, isn't that amazing? And pair that with a Heisman Trophy potential candidate quarterback, a retooled
superstar
offensive
tight
line.
end.
Yes, and you know what? I think not just Prescorn. I think that Virginia Tech transfer Daquan Wright is going to really turn some heads this fall. Look for him, along with Hudson Wolf, who seems to be healthy now. So, and the offensive line that they've beefed up. I mean, literally beefed up. And so it's going to be remarkable. And I don't know if you saw yesterday, but nothing's stopping this train, Johnny. Nothing's stopping this train, because they got they had a wide receiver commit from Jerome Miles in April, the end of April. He is a wide receiver at the same high school that Jackson Dart went to in Utah. Dart hosted him on his visit. It obviously went well. He committed. Well, yesterday he was moved up to a 5-star in the 247 rankings. So he is now officially a 5-star. He jumped 162 spots in the rankings and is now the number 31 overall player in the country. So, and he is committed, and, so it's just like, that's a class of 2025 wide receivers. So, reload, I guess. So,
shoot, hotty toddy, gosh almighty, college football playoff, here we come.
That's exactly right. And, again, I think it's probably, obviously, like we've talked about, The Last Dance, all the star players that came back, but our man Lane is quietly retooling over there and reloading and getting some, talent for the year after that. So I don't for 1 minute think that 2024 is going to be, playoff run and then they're going to fall off a cliff. I don't think so for a minute. I think as long as the transfer portal exists and, the Rebels are really picking up their high school recruiting, especially with those top players in the state of Mississippi, look out. Because Lane, like I said, nobody's slowing that train.
No, that train ain't slowing. And I went to the rebelwalk.com. You can do the same. It's your number one source for all things Ole Miss sports information. Follow them on Twitter at the Rebel Walk. I went and looked at Deion Smith just now while we were talking and listening. My goodness, he is long and he is fast as lightning, and he can go up and get that football.
Yes, he can, and I think that that's, one of the things that Shea talked about. He just said he's fast. He runs really good routes, and he can get those contested balls. And, it's funny, we asked Smith what his goals are, coming into Ole Miss this season, and his exact quote is to have over 1,000 yards, make first-team All-SEC and All-American, and I like to think big with my goals. So there you go. I'm liking Lamborghini guy.
I'm loving the Lamborghini guy. And by the way, his video, he looks fast as a Lambo. One other thing I did want to ask, I saw on the Rebel Walk that you wrote an article about Chad Kelly and all the situations going on with him. What was that about? I didn't get to read it yet.
Yeah, well, Chad had a little, I'm not going to say it's he said, she said, because obviously something is, taking place there, but he has taken some time away from the Toronto Argonauts and is getting some counseling and, there was a trainer who, said he harassed her in some way that was not in line with their, the policies of the league and the Argos. She was actually let go by the Argos and has sued the Argos as well. Anyway, the CFL suspended Kelly for at least 9 regular season games. So he's going to miss a hefty chunk, and he just said that, that's the findings released are not consistent with the person I am, nor the team and community leader I strive to be. So let's just hope Chad gets some help, because, man, that's another.
He was great on the field last year, you know?
Yes. Offensive player of the league, and, my gosh, just super, super talented. So, anyway, led him to league best franchise record 16-2 last season. So we really wish Chad the best, and, maybe this will be good for him.
Well, Evie, I appreciate you so much coming on and keeping us abreast, and I hope everybody out there who cares about Ole Miss and wants to keep abreast of it, just go to therebelwalk.com. It is the #1 source for all things Ole Miss sports information. Follow them on Twitter, and also follow Evie at Ole Miss Evie. Very simple. She's the founder, the publisher of the Rebel Walk, and she's the sweetest person in the world. And tomorrow, if you're not too busy around 12 o'clock, I'm going to have somebody that you probably like, because he protected Eli Manning's backside during 2 Super Bowl wins and for 11 years with the New York Giants. David Deal is going to join me tomorrow. So we'll be rapping a little bit.
I will be tuning in. I cannot wait. That will be awesome.
That is going to be a lot of fun, Evie. But thank you so much. Tell David I said what up. Y'all have a wonderful weekend. Enjoy Memorial Day, and we'll do it again next week.
Thank you so much. I hope y'all have a great weekend. Hotty toddy.
That is my friend Evie Bam Pelt. Damn, she is just so nice, is she not?
Absolutely.
My goodness, Evie, you are just the deadgum best. And also, I got to tell you, my buddy Bob Simpson's the best as well. Everyone needs protection, whether you're on the field or on the road, so make sure you have the best. Bob Simpson and State Farm Insurance can buckle you up with auto insurance, back you up with life insurance, cover your business, whether it's starting, growing, or maturing. And don't forget to insure your house. Doesn't matter if you own it or rent it. Make sure you're insured. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. And the Jake from State Farm, the real OG, is Bob Simpson. Give him a call today, 901-381-1233, or go online and get a free quote at bobsimpson.org. Stay protected with your good neighbor. That's my buddy Bob Simpson. Hardwood on the other side. Sports 56, 98.5 FM.
We are real sports talk. Sports 56 WHBQ. Available on your radio dial at 560 AM and 98.5 FM, as well as around the world online at sports56whbq.com. Take us with you everywhere by downloading the Sports 56 app. And at home, just say, Alexa, play Sports 56. Wherever you are, stay tuned in to Real Sports Talk. Sports 56 and 98.5 FM.
Locally owned and operated for over 40 years, Automatic Gates Construction tailors custom gate solutions for all your residential, commercial, and industrial needs, including repairs, maintenance, and installation. Automatic Gates Construction specializes in designing and installing automatic gates and fencing that seamlessly blends security, functionality, and aesthetic appeal. Elevate the safety and efficiency of your property with a premium gate solution. Automatic Gates Construction at myautomaticgates.com.
It's time to get to Gossett Kia on the Pike so Bobby J can put you in your new Kia today. Want summer fun and 41 MPG? We Gossett with 2024 Kia Forte LXS. $199 a month, $34.99 due at signing. How about 282 miles of EPA estimated range with new 2023 Kia EV6 Win, $249 a month. Get extra room and extra fun with 2024 Kia Telluride LX, $357 a month. Both $39.99 due at signing, all 24-month lease, plus 0% APR for 48 months. Available on the all-new Kia EV9. And peace of mind with Kia's 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain limited warranty. So hurry to Gossett Kia, 1900 Covington Pike. Online, KiaCovingtonPike.com.
If you want it, we got it at Gossett Motor Cars.
Include all rebates and incentives. Price excludes $695 PF. Lease includes PF $695, $650 acquisition fee, EV6 P5610964, MSRP $50,200, Telluride RG $510,849, MSRP $38,305, Forte LXS RE78169, MSRP $21,820. Must finance through Hyundai. Excludes tax title and license. See dealer for complete details. Offer valid through 5/31/2024 with approved credit. Dealer stock only.
Nestled in the heart of East Memphis, located corner of Park and Cherry, is a beautiful residential neighborhood. I'm here at Town Village Audubon Park interviewing a new resident, Carolyn. Share with us why you chose Town Village.
Well, if your parents or special friends need to make that big move, let me share with you my experience. It was tough for me to leave home, but then I discovered Town Village. I would like to highly recommend Town Village to you and your loved ones. After looking at all the amenities and meeting all the people and staff, I was hooked. From restaurant, bistro, 3 meals per day, housekeeping, transportation, security, health care, physical therapy, exercise room, and even a heated pool and spa. Come see us and make your new home at Town Village.
Visit us and call Daniel at Town Village Audubon Park at 901-374-7342. There's no place like home, Town Village.
Welcome to the Rendezvous.
This is John Vergas. When my dad started the Rendezvous in 1948, I don't think anyone could have imagined we'd still be serving shoulder, cheese plates, and our world-famous dry rub ribs 75 years later. But we are still here in the basement, in an alley in downtown Memphis. We sincerely thank you for making the Rendezvous what it is today. Charlie Vergas Rendezvous, a legendary experience for over 75 years, whether you dine in, pick up, or ship across the country.
Includes all rebates and incentives. Price excludes $695 PF. Lease includes PF $695. $650 acquisition fee. EV6 P5610964. MSRP $50,200. Telluride RG510 $849. MSRP $38,305. Forte LXS RE78169. MSRP $21,820. Must finance through Hyundai. Excludes tax title and license. See dealer for complete details. Offer valid through 5/31/2024 with approved credit. Dealers.com.
I got Jeff Allen on the line to hear about some crazy deals happening at Gossett Kia southbound Mariah.
Randy, I'd love to give all our customers our best deal. 2024 Kia Forte LXS gets 41 MPG highway, $199 a month, $34.99 due at signing. 282 miles EPA estimated range will get you where you want to go in the 2023 Kia EV6 Win, $249 a month, plus a 2024 Telluride LX, $357 a month. Both $39.99 due at signing and 24-month lease.
And 0% for 48 months on 2024 EV9 and peace of mind with a 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain limited warranty.
So whether you live in Horn Lake, South Haven, Olive Branch, or Memphis, we'll make you happy at Gossett Kia South on Mount Moriah.
4.9-liter V8, 0 to 60, and I'm about to find out.
Now, back to Sports 56 Happy Hour on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM. This hour is brought to you by Tito's Vodka. Here once again, Johnny Radio.
Welcome back to a little Sports 56 Happy Hour. I am your buddy, Johnny Radio. It is a beautiful Thirsty Thursday here in the Mid-South. I'm always fired up, man. We're about to do a little bit of Hardwood because it feels so good. But I got to tell you, people, man, you like working on your house? You like to improve things on your house? I know you like working in the yard, doing things like that. You know what'll fix your house and make it look even better and also be more secure? Is an automatic gate. Locally owned and operated for over 40 years, Automatic Gates Constructions tailors custom gate solutions for all your residential, commercial, and industrial needs, including repairs, maintenance, and installation. Automatic Gates Construction specializes in designing and installing automatic gates and fencing that seamlessly blend in security and functionality. Plus, they're aesthetically pleasing. Elevate the safety and efficiency of your property with a premium gate solution at Automatic Gates. Go to myautomaticgates.com for more information. And I did it in my house, and let me tell you something, it's awesome. And when they say maintenance and repair, well, I didn't need maintenance. I just realized that my design at first was not perfect because I forgot about my 2-pound Chihuahua being able to squeak through little bitty spots in it. They came out there the very next day, took them an hour, and they put these little bars. They look beautiful, so my little Chihuahua can't get through. And don't worry, I have a normal dog too. Chihuahua's actually Chaz's, but I claim Chloe as well now. So, but anyway, love me some dogs. Get you a automatic gate at myautomaticgates.com. Let's go to Hardwood.
This is Access Hardwood.
Louisville Police Department. Not looking good today.
Oh, it is not.
So, as I said right after it happened, do you remember when I came in there and ripped that little guy?
Uh-huh.
Please, child, please. All of a sudden, this dude goes over there in a car that's obviously marked the PGA Tour tournament car. He's got his badge. Yes, it was a hectic situation. By the way, your vests were the exact same as the security guards. And basically, you obviously must have been somewhat security guard-ish. Like, the video has now been released from, because he didn't turn on his body cam, by the way.
Right.
Oh, he didn't turn it on. And the Louisville Police Department, before they released anything, came out there and started talking about how, you know, the arresting officer did violate police policy. And then they talked about the tragic event. The police, whoever was the spokesperson this morning, if you watched the whole address, it was terrible. They kept apologizing to his family who passed away, and that was so sad. The tragic community, how chaotic the event was. And then they released the video, and it clearly shows. The dude, by the way, wasn't attached to the vehicle. He was running down by the thing, yelling, "Whoa, whoa, 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 stop!" Ugh! And then he trips and falls and splits his pants. And then he gets up and then shoves Scotty Scheffler up against the car. Like a damn crazy person. So, yeah, you owe Scotty a hell of an apology. And I got to say this about Scotty Scheffler. Nicest dude in the world. Because I come out of the clank and I use my podium and I would have ripped that guy a new asshole. Period. End of discussion. I would have eviscerated this guy. You know, he goes out there and he is very cordial. He's a bigger man than I am. He's nice. Talked about the poor man who lost his life and it was a chaotic situation. Scotty Scheffler, I didn't know jack about you, but you were good at golf and kind of boring. I like you. Because he did act very mature in this situation, even though the arresting officer did not.
All you need to do is get arrested.
Dude, when else would I have been talking? Would I have been watching the PGA Championship at all if Scotty Scheffler didn't get arrested? No, but I wanted to see the Scotty Scheffler mugshot shirts. Mm-hmm. I wanted to see how he played that day after being arrested and stuff, and he went out there and was great and everything.
And CBS admitted over the weekend that there was a small bump on
people like
Friday,
me
Saturday, and Sunday of the coverage, and they said that they believe some of that had to do with the Scotty Scheffler arrest, and that story circulated.
Well, you know what? Maybe the PGA needs to give a little kickback to the arresting officer, you know what I'm saying?
Maybe.
No, but yeah, the video isn't good. Scotty Scheffler, as I told y'all, did nothing wrong. These things will be dropped. It will eventually kind of just go away. But yeah, not a good look at all, man. And like, how dumb. Like, this is the problem that I have. How stupid can this officer be? And what I mean by is, listen, I support the police. Okay? We need more. I don't know if you noticed, everybody be stealing their cars out there, driving 100 miles an hour and shooting people up in Memphis these days. Need more cops. Love it. Not complaining. Especially, I only love the good ones, but this guy, though, like, this is why I say he is so stupid. Bro, like, we live in 2024.
Yeah.
Like, your body, you have body cam. There's fixed cameras everywhere. You're at an event that's going to be covered by reporters. There's eyewitnesses all over the place. And you get rough with the number one player in the world on the way to the PGA Championship, which is being held in your city and your city needs and wants. And you go make a hubbubaloo. Mm-hmm. Like, look, you're having a bad day. I get it. Have a bad day on somebody like, it's terrible to say, but somebody nobody knows. Actually, don't have a bad day on people and don't abuse your power.
Yeah, don't do any bad
Let's
days.
just don't, like, you have a bad day.
Everyone has bad days.
Listen, if
you don't have to take it out on other people.
It's simple as this, brother. This is my life advice for this police officer. Sir, if you have a bad day and life handed you lemons, you don't freak out. You don't fret. You don't stress. Just make a lemon drop. Right. Just make sure it's with the best, and that's Tito's handmade vodka. But, man, to do this to the number one player of the world, to see that he's in a PGA vehicle, to see that he is showing you his badge, and you don't stop to think for just a second, hold up. Wait a second. The reason this guy is in the other lane trying to get to Valhalla is, oh my God, he's a golfer. Mm-hmm. Holy hell, logic, I guess, is not this guy's strong suit.
No.
like looking at the situation and deducing the facts and sitting there saying, PGA Tour vehicle, golf, might be a golfer. Maybe I shouldn't just go run over there, scream at him, and shove my flashlight in his face, bang on his car. Then when he gets out of the car, shove him against the car and scream in his face. You know, maybe these are things I shouldn't do. Sounds like this guy might need, do you think he has low T or something?
He's got something.
Or do you think he's taking steroids because he's got anger issues? He doesn't look like a dude that takes steroids, by the way. He don't look like The Rock. He looks more like an accountant. That situation is now basically about to be over. And boy, and then the other thing is there like, can the Louisville cops not catch a break?
What now?
Well, I mean, I'm just saying that, dude, from Breonna Taylor to all these situations that the Louisville Police Department has gone through over the few years, that's true. You know, like this dude doesn't want to bring negative attention onto this department. It's just, it's terrible. Now, Charles Barkley, by the way, is funny. He has very, very many opinions. I told you yesterday that next year is the last year possibly of the TNT broadcast of Inside the NBA with Kenny, Shaq, Kobe. Chuck.
There you go.
Who am I forgetting?
Shaq,
Kenny, Chuck.
And Ernie.
Oh, and Ernie.
Yeah.
Sorry, Ernie, you didn't play basketball. But you're great on there. You're great. Ernie's great. But yeah, he called his bosses clowns. He went off. Like on their podcast and on their show. And he says that he basically said, and he said his name, he says, morale around here right now sucks because of them. He says plain and simple. Dude, he just, man, you cannot talk about your bosses, Mr. Dacus, like this and have a job.
No, I cannot.
No, you cannot. Especially not into the microphone.
No.
And he did. He just let the whole world know they're all clowns. And then Charles Barkley also then criticized all the people who are slamming Caitlin Clark and said that they're all petty. And then Charles Barkley said he totally agrees that Cameron Brink should pose for the Sports Illustrated swimsuit issue just as I did for women empowerment. Have you heard about Cameron Brink? So, you know, right now she's probably right now leading as the rookie of the year in the WNBA.
How about that?
She's balling. She's also that super tall blonde that's pretty.
She's from Stanford.
Yes, of course. Duh. We know where she played, buddy. We don't know where she plays now. But
in L.A. for the
she joined Paul George's podcast. And you know what she said?
What'd she say?
She said that she cannot wait to be in ESPN's body issue. I think it's just, as a female athlete, the body issue is always just like dope. I love the way she speaks. I say dope all the time.
Yeah, you do.
I like the way she looks too. Yo, should I send her, slide into her DM and send her a picture? She comes out and says,
Maybe not.
Why not? I'm pretty damn good looking for an old man.
That's true.
Thank you. Dude, you're getting a raise. Just to see how she goes in there just to talk, goes on. And basically she says the concept's cool. She's all for women's fitness. And all I want to say is I'm all for it. She already did a Kim K, a little undies reveal because, she does the Skims. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Mm-hmm.
She did that one. And I have to say, man, winning.
Yeah, Skims has a brand deal with the WNBA and the NBA. SGA was wearing some Skims in a commercial for Skims.
And that's Kim Kardashian's brand.
That's right.
That woman's making money all over the place.
Yeah, absolutely.
Even if she's getting absolutely roasted on Tom Brady's roast, she's still doing it. Do you remember Titans offensive lineman Taylor Lewan?
I do.
Bro, he's such a nice guy.
What do you do now?
He saved a turtle.
Really?
Yeah. Like, he's such a sweet guy. Turtle was walking across the road. They're kind of slow.
Sure.
Bunch of kids were getting dropped off. There was a school bus. My man went out there, and it's a huge snapping turtle, by the way, so he could have gotten his finger snapped. But he didn't. He went ahead and helped the little turtle to the side, and none of the kids got bit by the turtle.
Wow.
And
What a
the
guy.
turtle's still alive.
Wow.
But it's funny, all these parents were taking video of big old Taylor Lewan with his snapping turtle. I don't know why. I guess it's kind of funny.
Yeah.
You know what else is kind of funny? Looking at Pat Mahomes' videos. Have you seen him lately?
Uh-uh.
Bro is fat.
Well, didn't we say that last year too?
I mean, no. Last year in the offseason, he got a little, you know what? He got chunky in the offseason last year.
He's just a fat boy.
Can I
He's
just
like
tell you
Luka.
something? Right now, he has bigger breasts than his wife, Brittany Mahomes.
Wow, how about that? And she's on the swimsuit.
Cover. She's on the cover of the Sports Illustrated swimsuit issue, man. But right now, like, he has huge man boobs. Like, he needs a bro. You know what a bro is?
No.
It's a bra for men.
Oh, okay.
Instead of a bra, it's a bro.
Interesting.
These things are you're eventually one day gonna need a bro.
You think so?
I see what you eat every day.
Yeah, I think I'll be all right. I think I'll just die before.
Maybe, yeah. Because you're always eating fries and chicken.
That's right.
From Chick-fil-A.
Bingo. That's what I'm having for dinner tonight, John.
You know that for sure?
100%.
Are you going to, are you excited?
Sure.
I love you. You get so excited. So who do you think's more excited? Me to go to Panic this weekend, party with all my friends, or you going to Chick-fil-A with Melinda?
I would say you, but not by much.
Not by much. It seems like you're yawning over there.
Yeah, I had a late night last night.
So did you know Steph Curry is now a 10-time All-Pro?
How about that?
Do you know who he joined?
Michael Jordan.
No. Don't even mess with that.
Don't even mess with what?
We don't even compare anybody to Michael Jordan.
Other than LeBron.
No, I don't compare even LeBron.
I don't know. Who,
Steph
John?
Curry has 10 All-NBA first-team selections. That joins Magic Johnson.
Wow.
Who has 10 all-time NBA selections. This is where the LeBron thing comes in. LeBron James just got his 20th straight All-NBA selection.
That's crazy.
20 straight All-NBA selections. Holy moly. Damn, LeBron. Like, how many dudes, man, like 20 years? Like 20 years ago, let me think. How old am I? Man, bro. 20 years is a long time.
Yeah.
I've got kids and grandkids, different jobs. This dude's held down one job and done it better than anybody on planet Earth for 20 straight years.
It's crazy.
Got to give the king his credit.
Go.
Don't know, though. That's Michael. Okay? We're back in Two Shakes to close things out. We got to give you our bets for the weekend on Sports 56 98.5 FM.
Join the voice of the Tigers, Dave Woloshin, for Wolo and Friends. Weekday mornings from 10 to 11 here on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM.
Guns, guns, and more guns. Over 700 firearms in stock. Home defense guns, old guns, new guns, used guns, big guns, little guns. Every gun you can think of, Classic Arms has them. All brands like Glock, Sig, Colt, Ruger, Smith & Wesson, Browning, Beretta, Benelli, Remington, Winchester, and more. Guaranteed lowest prices in town. Only gun importer in the Mid-South. Free gun inspections and appraisals and free bore sighting for the upcoming deer season. Shop online at ClassicArmsOfMemphis.com or visit Classic Arms at 1740 Germantown Parkway behind Corky's Barbecue in Cordova.
You know, sometimes I wish I had a gun.
Well, I'm armed, but before I bought one, I still went to Top Gun Academy to learn to protect myself without a gun.
How is that possible?
Top Gun's personal protection training. It's perfect if you want to protect yourself without firearms.
I don't know.
And it's perfect if you feel the need to carry a gun for self-defense, because the last thing you really want to do is shoot.
That is scary.
Not at Top Gun. It's very comfortable, and you learn to load, handle, and shoot a handgun safely. Protect yourself. Go to Top Gun Academy. They're at 2770 Witten Road.
Memorial Day weekend is coming, which means many folks will be grilling. And if you're firing up the grill this weekend or any weekend, there's one place to go for everything you need: Memphis Barbecue Supply. You need charcoal? They have 10 different brands of either lump or briquette charcoal. Pellets? How about over 2 tons in stock? 12 different flavors and blends. Looking for wood for smoking? Memphis Barbecue Supply has 9 different types of wood in chips, chunks, mini logs, and logs. You can even mix and match your wood from their bins of loose chunks. Whatever it is that you're grilling, steaks, ribs, burgers, pork butts, you name it, They have over 378 different rubs, sauces, injections, and raw spices to make sure your food tastes great. If you have any questions, they have award-winning pitmasters on staff that can help ensure that your cook will be the best ever. Memphis Barbecue Supply, 7041 Stage Road, or online, mbbqsupply.com.
As you know, summer is right around the corner, and for most people, that means more activities, more golf, more biking, more of whatever you love to do. But if you're dealing with aches and pains, your more could become less. This is why I'm here to tell you about Relief Factor. Relief Factor is a daily supplement that helps fight pain naturally. For instance, I was sent Relief Factor to try, and I've been taking it every single day. I'll tell you what, I feel the difference every day. You see, instead of masking your pain, Relief Factor's formula is designed to help reduce or even eliminate it. It's 100% drug-free, and it's been a game changer for so many people. So let's get after it this summer. Let's feel good. Let's do more of the things that we love to do. Don't let pain keep you down. Give Relief Factor a try and save on your first order. Go to ReliefFactor.com or call 1-800-4RELIEF. That's 1-800-4-RELIEF. Help fight pain naturally with Relief Factor. These products and statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. These products are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease or condition.
We're here with David Cooper, Vice President of Genesis Diamonds. David, we're familiar with iconic brands. Are there designers for engagement rings?
Absolutely. Like every other industry, there are 10 renowned bridal designers who have been leading the industry for years. They are trusted, respected, and exclusive. Every jewelry store wishes to have them.
So what makes these designer engagement rings so desirable?
These designers drive a surge of customers to the store, making it the place to be. They attract shoppers who value quality, sophistication, and the ability to express their individuality through their engagement ring.
Can customers find these engagement rings in other stores?
Absolutely not. Other stores would love to have them, but they didn't make the cut. They have to settle for what they can get, not what they wish to have.
So Genesis has cornered the market.
Certainly. We offer a world-class exclusive selection from $1,900 complete rings to $250,000 celebrity rings. Best bridal designers in the world create these one-of-a-kind rings specifically to showcase your individuality like no other ring.
Genesis Diamonds, Poplar at Perkins Extended.
Rick's Powder Coating for a beautiful finish every time. Rick's Powder Coating specializes in automotive, ornamental, residential, and industrial coating. With 2 conveyor lines and the largest batch ovens in the Mid-South, Rick's can accommodate all of your powder coating needs. Locally owned and operated since 2002, Rick's Powder Coating will customize a beautiful finish just for you. Drop by or call to see how Rick's Powder Coating can bring color to your life. 901-367-2771 or rickspowdercoating.com.
Today, I consider myself the luckiest man on the face of the earth.
Now, back to Sports 56 Happy Hour on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM. This hour is brought to you by Tito's Vodka. Here once again, Johnny Radio.
Welcome back to a little Sports 56 Happy Hour. I'm your buddy Johnny Radio, and I'm pretty fired up, man. We got a little basketball tonight. We got wall-to-wall baseball. Paul Skeens Day is going down. How's Paul looking today, by the way?
He's looking good. He's giving up some hits, but I think right now 5-1 is the score. We're in the bottom of the top of the fifth.
Pirates are up 5-1.
5-1. They hit a grand slam in the last inning to break it open. So Paul Skeens given up 1 run. He has given up 5 hits, but only 1 run. Got 2 outs, 1 on for San Francisco.
Dude.
John, also, did you know that a new Beetlejuice movie was coming out?
Beetlejuice.
Whoa.
That's how you make him appear,
right?
I
know. You're not supposed to do that, John.
I know, but I love that movie. Who is that funny dude? Was it Michael Keaton that plays Beetlejuice?
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
Damn, he's good. He played Beetlejuice and Batman, I think.
Yeah, he did.
And he was Mr. Mom.
Interesting. I'm not familiar with that.
That's a hilarious movie,
they
bro.
They just released the trailer for Beetlejuice 2, and I don't know. It might not look bad.
Beetlejuice. By the way, the Phillies and the Rangers just started bottom of the first 0-0 right now. Phillies do have a man on second base. Bryce Harper's been a baller. Hit a home run yesterday. He's been killing it. In the month of May, my man's got 6 bombs. He's just been smoking. I did take the Phillies. I'm sorry I did not give you that bet a little bit earlier. So we're going to keep our fingers crossed. Maybe I saved you. Who knows?
Maybe.
Who knows? I know that I was going to bet on the Pirates, but then I saw how much money came in on the Pirates today. And I was like, damn, that's a little too much money.
Yeah.
I think
this
side.
is
like this is one of those days I was like, ooh, I don't know. This feels like one of those days Vegas might kick some people's teeth in the afternoon.
Yeah, this might be the last day I bet on Paul Skeens. Because there was a lot of value there after the first start because there were a lot of people that were like, oh, he was bad in his first start. He had an over 6 ERA, so it was very valuable.
And he gave up one bomb.
Exactly. It was it was a great bet in that second game to bet on him, and I still found value in some places on him, but this might be the last time.
I hate that I was scared. Because, damn, they have 5-1, and he's looking good. Don't be scared this weekend, though. We got the NBA tonight. I'm going to have to, I'm going to have to jump on that horse. You know what I mean? You know which horse I'm talking about?
No, which one?
I'm talking about that horse that failed last night.
The under?
No. I'm talking about, I'm going to have to jump on the Timberwolves.
Oh, I thought you were talking about tonight's game.
No. Tonight's game, I'm scared to death of.
Okay, you're talking about tomorrow night.
Yes.
Okay. I was confused.
Oh, wait, this isn't Friday.
No, today's Thursday, buddy.
I ain't touching the Eastern game. We're waiting till tomorrow. Get out there, make the world a better place. See you on the flip side. Peace.
Come join your Memphis Showboats for our annual